Hello!
We're back!
Welcome back.
Cheers.
Welcome.
Thank you for being here with us.
I hope everybody had time to get a drink. Stoney got here. He's 40 minutes until he has to get ready for work. So we've got to really kind of rush this campaign and finish Red Hand in like 35 minutes to give him a bit of chance to get ready.
Hi, Hector Stoneaxe and Dr. Vesuvius and Miss Cora. And anyone else viewing us who's not yet said hello in the chat that I've missed, I'm apologizing.
Oh, and yes, if only there was a suitable available.
Is it?
Apparently, it doesn't exist.
Is it Hector Stoneaxe or Hector's Toneaxe? I'm not sure. It could be one.
Hector's Tone.
Yeah, it makes him sound like a DJ or a wicked nasty musician.
Yeah.
There's
magic on the decks.
Yeah. Surely a tone axe is an electric guitar.
Absolutely.
Maybe Hector is a heavy metaler.
Yep.
Yeah. Us nerds
So
are
what
known for
do
our heavy
you?
metal
All
effort.
What do you bloody do?
Oh,
Well, this is
freak
a
out.
great question. I think we need to talk to. Oh, here comes the horde.
You want to talk to the
Favorite-
Lord?
Fagrin, we are at a crossroads. I think here. Do we flee east
it's a ferry.
with the remnants of Drillin's ferry, or do we travel south and talk to the person whose phylactery you hold?
Or do we get him to cast Blight, hope he goes off, and it goes off at like 10th level?
Sadly, it appears by the size of this horde, even Blight at 10th level would be diminishingly ineffectual.
Yeah, but the
Merely a
dragon-
dint. Merely a dint.
Well, not diminishingly, but it'd take a sizable bite. But we're talking a single bite out of a large cake of death.
Cake
Wow.
of death.
Wow. Once again,
Death-
I feel like I'm in
Death
that
cake
moment.
is my favorite.
Death cake.
I like to hunker down with a good slice of death cake.
Yep.
So you can see the horde is setting itself up on the western bank. Many
How are they
branches and poles and posts. They're having to sit a hell of a lot further inland than they would have liked, presumably. But the ingredients for rafts are being dumped down in piles, and goblin slaves are quickly getting to work lashing them together. You guys are standing.
I
just
think
on
we
the
need to go.
Eastern bank watching, or what's
No.
happening?
No,
There are
Where are
Wyvern
we
and
hoping to
Manticore
get?
in the sky.
Are we hoping to get like useful reinforcements in Brindletown, or like I don't know if they have a standing army that's going to do anything.
Tell
to
us,
this horde.
Corin. Do you
Well,
know
they
anything
can.
about
They
that?
can sit. I think they do have some fortifications, and
They have a good wall.
they have a good wall, and can draw in every man who can swing a sword between Drellin's ferry and Brindletown will be pressed into service, I'm sure.
They also
But
have an elite. They have an elite force as well
Right.
Right.
of the
That's a
Lions of
technical
Brindle.
term.
I think the Lions of Brindle they may be called.
Okay.
Are there
The
any
other-
other allies around, Ben, that we could
The
possibly
elves?
try and recruit other than the elves? For
You did
instance,
al-
like kobolds or
They were particularly useful last time, weren't they?
Um,
You have
dwarves?
already got the giants, or at least a Gricklejaw or whatever his name was, well on side, and he has apparently headed off into the mountains to fetch his friends to perhaps help. That's
Okay.
a good thing.
so because elves are quite useless, so and
Once again,
ineffective. So
I'm just standing in the background with like,
sorry.
right here.
Elves are quite useless. So is there any other kinds of allies we can draw upon? Perhaps dwarves or gnomes or anyone that would be more useful than an elf.
My
Halflings. Halflings.
Useful.
Perhaps someone with more foresight for knowing when danger's coming instead of hiding in the trees.
Perhaps that is something that the politicians would be seeing to in Brindle now that they're well warned of the oncoming horde by Corin's missive. And
you know, we need a drunk. with fists of glory.
Like if
Gotcha.
we fight, if we stand here and like, you know, cast a flaming spear and whatever, we might slow them down by a few hours. It's not really going to make a huge difference. Like we're talking about days or weeks.
I think we need to talk to the owner of the phylactery
What's the range
and
on
see
your,
what help he can give us.
No, yes, maybe if we ally ourselves with some kind of strong necromancer, that might turn the tide in our favor. That's a great idea.
I don't know. I almost think that the big pile of wood that they've dumped further away from the bank than they had hoped is the perfect target for a flaming sphere.
Multiple piles of wood, each assembling itself into a raft as you stand there watching.
What's the range on flaming sphere there?
Yes, but also draws attention to us. Like a flare, one might say.
No, it's a
60
it's a
feet.
ball, Johnny.
60 feet is the range on a flaming sphere.
Yeah, I think we've done all that
Or a
we can.
beacon, as we call it sometimes. The
I think we've
flaming
done all
beacon.
that we can in Drellin's Ferry.
Yeah.
We need to move on.
I think we run for it.
I
go
like the
south.
idea of the phylactery. I think allying ourselves with the with that necromancer. I think that might sound like a worthy ally to fight against these foes.
Just in terms of, I guess, what we know about this lich.
Yes.
I wrote down some things. My notes. Where are they? The Ghost Lord should not forget that we have his phylactery, you undead scum, which is what somebody said to us. That we now have the phylactery. When confronted with this, Fagrin has a flashback of imploring the face of an undead and said, "Give it to me. Tell me the secret." So Fagrin maybe has history here. Secrets lost and found again that your paltry minds cannot fathom is something else that I made a note of. Anything else?
So I think the Lich is kind of neutralized because then we're not going to be worried about the Lich because the Lich isn't going to move against the people who have his phylactery.
Correct. But if we can take the phylactery to the Lich, we might be able to bargain with him to assist our cause.
So if we...
Vagrant, slightly darkly.
Okay, Nathan.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Yeah, that's it. What was with the grin? You said it, but you said it with a grin. It was.
I'm just so keen because I think this is an avenue path I haven't gone down in this game, and so I'm keen to go down it outside of this game. Because this is all very well trodden for me. Whereas going and allying myself with a lich, it sounds more interesting.
Again,
for adventure path. That's why I'm keen.
The DM's sitting there going, they burned all their bridges with the elves, and now they're going to ally themselves with the Lich.
Well, this seems like a much more interesting path.
Wrong.
My dragonborn brow is furrowed as I try and contemplate the message from the god, which was that I needed to find good companions. And since my good companion is suggesting that we should ally with a Lich,
which one's that one? Murray, which one's your good companion?
You're all my good companions.
Which is the goodest?
Well, apparently I'm being told that a Lich is a tool for good.
Does anyone have augury or anything like that? You don't have augury or
No.
the spell? No.
Quick, did I get my sleep in since I did the water yesterday, and today is my? I just want to.
No. This is now just like the morning has risen. Yeah, you guys have been up all night. You're exhausted, in fact.
No, he fell straight asleep. He told us that.
Yeah, I told you that. No, it was narrative. No, and you agreed because I said it, and then you agreed to what that premise was, and that was me doing the sleep thing.
No, you guys have been busy coming up with plans, arguing about how to weaken the bridge. Seeing people. You've just finished the spell, by the way, and that's when the horde appeared coming up over the hills and out of there.
Other words, Nathan, no, you can't. You can't do it again.
All I want to do is I want to get the flood to come along and just steal all their wood, let it float, and just put it down the river. Just make them have to cut it down again.
But you have a boat, and the Ghost Lord's lair is to the south. Are you familiar with where that is?
Oh yeah, do you have a bigger map?
Yeah.
Smaller map?
Yeah, map.
Zoom out.
I have the one with all the wrong names, so we may as well go with that because that's great.
All right. Because we use that every time.
That's right, we do. This is a different one with the wrong names.
Yes. Role playing for an audience. Here's the wrong map, everybody.
Yeah,
right. You're in Drellin's Ferry, and the river does head southwest a little bit usefully. It'll be certainly a hell of a lot faster way of getting out of town than just taking the road to the west to the southwest.
I fly.
Is it big enough for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we jump in our boat.
Yep.
And start heading down as soon as we can, as far as we can.
So Yep.
Well, I guess the other thing is, are there any horses left in town?
But this does have the right name. There's Brindle.
This is all good.
Hang on, this is English.
Oh my god.
Ben,
okay, this is the right map.
I've never seen this map.
I've never seen this one either. Are there any horses left?
No. Every, as I said previously, every half stumbling yak and pony has had a child tossed on its back and desperately made its way out of town.
Not after a yak or a pony. We want a horse.
The horse is left long ago.
Well, Nathan could maybe turn into one.
Yeah.
Or a bear.
Or a crocodile.
You all leap into the boat and push off in the rising light of morning. Those on the western bank do seem primarily distracted and occupied as approaching the very edge of the river and watching carefully the town 500 feet away is not possible, since the whole place is an absolute quagmire of sticky mud and debris. Well done, Menu.
Excellent.
Are you going to fly up in the air in an obvious way and attract their attention, Murray, or not?
No, now that I've been convinced that a lich is a tool for good and a good companion, I think I'm happy to.
No. But not a good companion, a good tool.
Yeah.
No. We're all tools for good, and we're all good companions.
But tool like it's a tool. Like a hammer isn't good. A hammer can be good or can be used for bad. It's the person holding the hammer.
No. We are all tools for good. Because the god is making us his tools.
Witches don't kill people. People kill people.
That's right. Phylacteries aren't bad. What? Oh, hang on.
People that wield phylacteries are bad.
But hang on, you're wielding the phylactery, aren't you?
So this little sort of debate comes along. You're in the boat, are you, Murray? Then, and the Manticore's swimming along with you, or trying to stay out of sight, or?
Oh, he can. You know, he's skimming He's doing the fabulous thing where his wingtips are just touching the water.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Can I have a will save versus DC 10 for the Manticore? Just to see whether what the effect having his buddies up in the air. He's got a +1 on his wisdom, so.
Yep. We'll save.
+1.
Oh, that was lucky. +1 because he rolled a 9.
Oh, okay. So you feel the heartstrings of the Manticore.
My Manticore away from me.
Buddy.
I had an owl once.
Yeah, you did.
A little baby owl, but you can't ride it.
Didn't we say at the very end that his owl turned up?
He's a little baby owl, yes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
just like
owl.
Like your miniature Manticore that's going to come soon.
So the Manticore is indeed tempted to return to its flock, its Manticore brothers up in the sky.
Yeah, I would have.
From its load of the heavy draconic that sits imperiously on its back, but it sticks with you because it has developed a certain abstract fondness for Myastan.
Well, that
he's
and the fact
in
that
it for the lols.
That and the fact that I cast Find Steed to get it, so therefore we're bonded, and it's not going to leave me because it's my steed.
That's why the DC was only 10. That's right, and not 15 or 20 or 25 or.
I can't imagine this breakup's going to be good.
Yeah.
But I cast.
You're a tool for good. Where do you think you're going? No, tool.
So you do, in fact, manage to escape down the river, flowing strongly as it is this season. And you follow it, I suppose, as far as you feel safely able to.
Do we have a dot on the map?
Crossroad.
We should put a dot on the map where we are.
Yeah. Do you have any?
I'll do that.
Can I do dots? Yeah. So you're going to just basically head to that crossroads and then take the road once you pull the boat up.
Well, isn't the phylactery a bit like a compass now?
Nice.
Isn't it? We just like let the phylactery lead us, and it'll take us exactly.
Yes. Excellent. So you abandon. There are no incidents on the river, because you don't have dragons and wyverns chasing you, said the disappointed dungeon master. And you abandon your boat on the side of the river. I suppose you tie it up as best you can.
Mm-hmm.
These are wide. That's right. Properly. These are wide and somewhat unusually dry grasslands that you start to travel, yes, along. Now, you can travel about 20 miles on foot each day. Probably similar sort of range riding a manticore on the air, but a hell of a lot quicker. So, yes, you don't have any hit points or anything, but the days are ticking by. You know that the horde will presumably be crossing after a couple of days' journey. Yes, maybe you reach there. You're probably aware that the horde is probably crossing and looting Drellin's Ferry at this time, and then I'm starting to make their arduous and slow way across the Elsear Vale. Another day goes past. You can go another blip south, Derek. I love this dot. It's very cool. And then you come across this land. This absolute gross parody of grasslands, this tuft and briar-filled, hardened, cracked earth of a thorn waste, aptly named.
Do I know anything about the Thorn Waste?
The Thorn Waste, yes. Stories have been told about this powerful druid who went down the path of darkness. and now energy seems to be sucked. All life energy seems to be sucked out of this land, and this is an area completely abandoned by humankind. It's not an area of the Elsear Vale that people like to be. It's not a region where crops grow well or birds come back from if they fly in that area.
Can I?
Yep.
Can I roll a nature on it?
Yep.
As a druid, like maybe nature, or what else would it be? No, nature or
Nature sounds good.
Yeah. 22.
22. Yeah. So this you see, because you're kind of on the road, and then there's something like the existing but somewhat parched drylands, and then you can actually walk as you start to head west off the road. It's like life. There's like a border where the very life has been sucked out of the plants. You see small little, sort of saplings of stringy, dryness tolerant plants have tried to grasp onto existence, but it's like their wood has been hardened, their roots have been frizzled as they've touched the ground.
And that's not good.
It's not a good thing. That's right. Exactly. It's a horrible place. It makes your skin crawl, in fact, Menu.
Are there any sort of obvious pathways through it? Or is it all pretty uniformly...
Yeah, you're going to head up high, Myastan, and have a little bit of a scout.
I can head up high and have a scout.
Ooh, so off in the distance. Yeah, you want to? Yeah. Do you want to send your owl or Menu? Or both of you?
Yeah, both, but in different ways.
So rising from the low mesa is an intimidating sight. A massive lion of stone crouches as if ready to pounce on a nearby hill. This monolith is composed of dull, tawny stone. It looks about 240 feet in length, and the top of its maned head rises over 80 feet from the ground. There seems to be some sort of hollow between the front legs of the lion and in the area bordered by its chest and its legs. Likewise, there seems to be an actual cave in its gaping maw. It's not like a really great statue of a lion, but it's clearly was meant to be honed into the shape of a lion, or was naturally somewhat like a lion and has been adjusted, or something. Just think kind of like mini version of
Sphinx.
The Sphinx. Well, it'd be a huge version of the Sphinx.
Without a restored head. Yeah.
That's right. Halfway between the Sphinx and Uluru in Australia.
Aladdin.
Is it? How far away is it?
So, if you put the dot back to the edge of the thorn waste, Derek, looking out over this wasteland, it looks awful to try and sort of traverse. It's about 20 miles across this wasteland, and it looks really awful to travel.
One day.
So perhaps a day and a bit or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan, can you transform into an elephant?
Yeah, probably.
Have you ever seen an elephant before?
I
Or
don't
an
know. I
elephant?
don't know, Ben. You gonna take my fun away, or?
You
Come on, Ben. Are we gonna have fun, or are we gonna play the game, Ben? Your way.
I think you have seen elephants, in fact, in the horde, bearing siege sort of components and mighty sort of leaders of the Red Hand. So quite recently you've seen an elephant. They were quite spectacular and have stuck in your memory.
Now just
There you go.
they're at
Don't
the
call
right
me a
level.
nasty. Don't call me a nasty dungeon master.
I
I'm
don't know.
really nice.
Calling you a nasty dungeon
Hey,
master.
Nathan,
was
have you-
awkward, of course he's gonna
Have you
do
seen
that.
dragons before? Have you? No.
Yes.
How far can we push it?
Yeah.
Um,
Have I
well,
seen
he's
a giant seahorse? That's all I want.
yeah, you give me elephants, but not seahorses.
You
I'm
could
sure it's
Um,
gonna be an elephant, but
be a manticore easily.
Well, I'm just thinking, would an elephant be able to walk through something like this quite easily?
Yeah.
the other
And
thing is
clear a path.
I am a druid, so it's kind of like
Well, that's great for you,
no,
but like the rest of us have to get
You
through it
could, you
too.
could lead the path, I suppose. Sounds
Can
like
you
a
control
reasonable-
plants? Can you control plants, Nathan? Is there anything?
over a 20-mile radius?
You could
Yeah.
you could control it by walking on it,
No,
and we could just follow
no,
you.
no, we can easily do it. A flaming sphere. We could do. Me and Johnny both have flaming sphere. We can do that. Burn the ground in front of us, and we can walk
For
behind.
how long?
Yeah, but we burn everything.
Just walk.
Yeah,
Can we just walk?
Okay, I'm an elephant. We're walking, or a
And then I can ride on top of you because that's just my
Let's-
childhood dream.
Let's build a howdah and we can all go.
Okay, let's do it.
What's
It's
a
happening.
howdah? Say it
The
properly,
howdah's
Frenchie.
the-
Chowder.
No, howdah's the thing that goes on the back of an elephant to house people.
Yeah, we're making it. We'll make it out of bones.
Yep.
Bang.
We'll make it out of skinny Pete. They can all hold their arms
Yeah! An animated howdah. Love it.
I cast Leo's tiny hut
Oh, well.
together. Oh,
and attach it to the elephant.
Quick
it
question.
has a name, Johnny.
I love that you could have made like Leo's reasonably sized hut, but you still make the tiny one just so you can fit in it.
Oh, I can. It's pretty big.
I want to go in it and practice my parkour and
Fuck off.
parkour. All right, so we
Okay.
start making our way across on the back of the
Of
Of an
elephant.
elephant. So how? So
Because this is how
um,
heroes actually operate.
Maya Stan can ride the Manticore.
Yes.
You're riding. So how many left are there of you? All of the rest of you are riding the elephant. No. There's only 3 of you left. Is that right?
3.
I can
yeah.
count.
And one's in a tent.
Hmm.
So one's in a tent, one's riding me. Two are
Skinny
riding me, one's
Pete.
in a tent. Yeah.
Skinny Pete and what's the other one's name?
Pete,
Pete and
Doug?
Skinny Pete are making a frame for us to hold on to of their bodies.
Heroes.
Okay. Indeed.
like walking on Lego.
Nathan, make me a. I'm trying to find the actual DC. You are a druid though, so you should be able to pick your way through the thorns, right?
Yeah, he's the most delicate elephant you've ever seen.
Anyway, okay, I'm going to give you advantage on the roll.
How long
Nathan?
does this spell last, Nathan?
How long can you stay as an?
Like
as
20
an-
seconds.
Hours and hours. It's,
1
it's,
minute.
It's my
1
druid-
minute. What?
Hang on. Let's just calm down here. Let's just calm down, all right? I can speak with animals. That won't help.
I think
But
I
I
don't
have
see anyone
one
who's not come.
wild shape. 3 hours.
Okay. You can do that just 3 hours total per day.
Twice a day.
Oh wow!
That's almost a day's travel. Okay, cool.
That's
Right,
6
make me
hours.
with advantage, Nathan. With advantage, a DC 15 reflex save. Sorry, Dex save, whatever it's called in D&D 5.
I've got +3 on Dex.
Good. You shouldn't fail this.
Haha! But I did.
No, really?
I got a 9
With advantage.
with advantage. Yeah. With not advantage, I got a lot less.
So the elephant, after just a couple of hours, does indeed get a nasty thorn stuck in its soft pads. You take 1 hit point of actual physical damage.
Oh no.
I'll pull it out.
Yeah.
So you spend another hour in the heat, pulling out the thorn from the elephant's pad.
Well,
Really? An hour?
No, because I turn back into a human, and the thorn is bigger, and it just pops out, and then I turn back into the elephant.
You can
That's
do that
how it
over and over.
I can
You can do that. You can
twice.
But twice in a day.
Yeah.
Okay. So no, in fact, yes, you don't have to spend a long time. Let's say you take another 1d4 damage while you're wild shaping with a thorn in you.
Wait, what's the physics on this, Ben? How does that work?
Hey, quick question, Ben. So you know when you
Yes.
looked it up, is this what this does? Well, in the book it says under elephants, if they turn into an elephant.
Yeah, so take another 3 hit points damage.
Yeah, 6 hours walking across Lego.
Ouch.
Yes.
All right.
Well, I'm having a great time.
Denmark is like a national sport.
It is an awful experience crossing this land, and by the end of the first day, you've made your way, perhaps Meyerstand suggests, about half of the way across the wasteland. It's been 5 days since you left Drellin's Ferry, and your worry is increasing. Also, Johnny's character is acting increasingly strange. What's Vagrant doing, Johnny?
I think
beginning to
It's very
fade.
different.
I imagine Vagrant's sort of sitting, looking kind of ashen-faced, staring into the distance, and just touching his phylactery and whispering to himself.
Touching his phylactery.
Yeah.
Fingering the phylactery.
Meyerstand, despite clear advice given, hasn't gone to any efforts to help Vagrant carry the load.
Well, do I notice? Do I perceive?
You're flying around, aren't you? I suppose
Well, I'll land at some point.
I suppose, yeah. At the end of this day, everyone's
Yeah, roll
exhausted and
reflex.
dusty.
Maybe that's when he got the thorn, was when Meyerson landed on top of him.
You're all sort of gathered in what you're trying to shelter in this awful wasteland. The wind is blowing the sand. You know when the sand blows
we're
really
in
hard
Leo's
and
hut.
you're in Liam's hut? Okay, so you just finished the travel. Nathan's character, Menu, wild shapes back into a human.
Yeah.
And then
Fool! I told you.
Meyerstand is presumably sort of apologizing to his manticore that is going to have to stay out in the biting sand, but it has a thick hide and a good covering of fur. And then you enter finally, Meyerstand, once you're able to tear yourself away from your friend guiltily. And yeah, you notice. Or should we see if you do notice?
I rolled a 13.
You rolled a 13. It's pretty clear. I mean, you kind of you're greeting everyone, and you notice because it's come on slowly. Let's say no one else has really sort of found it particularly apparent, but you notice quite a change in Vagrant, who is in fact sitting there fingering his phylactery in a slightly spooky way. What did you do?
I didn't know.
I think I walk up to my good companion, and I say, I think you need help with that. We're all tools for good. And I lift it off my head and put it straight on me.
Whoa.
Round one.
Vagrant snatches it back and glares at him and says, "You fool, you don't even know what you're talking about."
So yeah, so you got the phylactery with Meyerstand's hand on it and Vagrant's both hands on the outside of it. Yep.
Yep.
What
Do you want to oppose strength roll? That would be hilarious.
My strength is 9.
Minus 20.
So you're just going to pull?
Oh no! I'm basically. I think I would probably actually lift up both him and the phylactery, and basically put it over my neck, even if he's still holding onto it.
You start to lift up. Yep. Excellent.
Amazing work, guys. We're heroes.
So let's do this opposed strength check.
All right. We better do the check.
Oh, I rolled poorly.
So did I.
Oh, I rolled a 5, but with my +5, I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 5, but with my -1, I rolled a 4.
Oh, we got equal.
The math.
So we rolled the same number on the dice, but you
Bonuses
beat me
come
by
to
6
their
with
own.
the bonus.
Okay, this close to the energy, and as chance would have it, close to where you were found, Fagrin. I'm going to make you do a DC save, a will save. What DC?
40.
let's say 15 to resist popping something.
Can I just be hilarious then?
Yes.
Due to my level of paladinness, I have an aura of protection. While I am conscious, all friendly creatures, including me, get a bonus of +4 to all saving throws.
Woo!
So because I'm protecting him as I try and put this phylactery on me, he gets a +4.
Oh, that's in character, man.
The fact that I'm taking the phylactery from him.
Well, you better hope that Johnny rolls better than 5.
Well, he gets an extra +4, so
He
that's
does.
okay.
Yeah.
So is this a wisdom?
Wisdom save, yeah. DC 15.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got 15 without the +4. I got 19 with
he
it.
smashes. Well, not literally, but he figuratively smashes.
So just a touch of kind of, Bilbo Baggins, kind
I
of the
didn't
shadow
mean to take it from you, Mr. Frodo. I just had to help you.
that shadow of skeletal underlying necromantic glee and horror and jealousy flashes over Fagrin's
Oh, does he look like
face.
Does he look like Frodo when Frodo tries
Bilbo.
to take the,
Yeah,
Oh,
scared.
that's
when Bilbo
right.
was it from Frodo? Nice.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's quite horrifying, and this chilling feeling goes over the whole tent.
It's hard to know what it is if it isn't a Harry Potter reference, Ben. So people get confused a bit.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he doesn't release the necromantic energy that flows over and trickles and weaves over his skin like creepy worms. But these little tendrils of darkness dig back into his flesh and bury themselves happily inside his being once again.
How do I feel?
You which?
What do I feel?
What do you feel? Yeah.
Victory.
You see, this
Special.
is horrifying. Yeah. So you actually then continue to pull the phylactery and ever so gradually and like he's giving up his dear child. I suppose your grip loosens slightly, does it, Fagrin? And eventually you get it.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. So Maya Stan lifts this item off him, and you put it around your neck. And what do you feel, Maya Stan?
Well, I'm conflicted because it is a tool for good, and I've been convinced by my good companion that this is part of the whole plan. So I think that there's an issue that no matter what I might feel physically towards it, or what it might make me feel, is overcome by the fact that this is for the best, and this is a good thing, regardless of how bad it might feel.
I think there's a bit of justification going on here.
Compromise,
that's
right.
None
You're
of us.
coming anti-paladin.
Hang
The
on,
only way a paladin can team with a lich in my
Hang on. No, none of your good companions have told you to do this.
Well, no, the woman, what was her name? Serena.
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
that's right,
So
yeah.
she told you. None of us have told you to do this.
Well,
Can
I classed her with my good companions, even though I sent her away.
Quick, I love it how quick the ladies become the tool for good. You know what I mean? Like, took us forever to become. You're like, oh, I need you to do something for me. But now it's just like, oh, somebody pretty walks up. You're like, she's tool for good.
You're confusing this character with every other character I've ever played.
So I'm watching Murray's character very closely. Is Maya Stan changing at all? And I'm also, sort of keenly interested in Fagrin and seeing if he becomes better.
Yeah, so Maya Stan doesn't bat an eyelid. He puts it around his neck. It's heavy, strangely heavy. But no, he doesn't seem to change his beautiful, pure aura that sits around him
I look up and see if there are any lightning bolts streaming out of the sky towards.
He seems fine for the moment.
What's the strange understandings of religion you have there?
Okay. All right.
I'm
satisfied.
What does Fagon look like?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's a sort of relief to not have it, as well as desperately wanting it back again. Kind of conflicted. Both
I'm
those
smiling
feelings
reassuringly at you, which looks like I'm snarling at you because I'm a Dragon Ball.
It's like those dogs when they smile and you're like...
Lots of bristling dragon teeth smiling at you.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So there
I
is
know
this
that
mix-
I can't wrestle it off him, but maybe through the night I'll think of some other way.
Perhaps crawling vertically down a wall above the two innocently sleeping hobbits. I mean, yeah, that's right.
I don't think the Lord of the Rings works if you've got a Dragon Ball paladin as well.
I love it.
Day 2.
You wake in the morning, refreshed, not excited about the prospect of having to head out. Who sticks their head out the flap of the tent first? Is this a tent with a hole in the floor and a rope you have to clamber down?
Yeah. Yeah.
I reckon I'm a pretty early riser.
Yeah, I think so.
Being a monk.
Yes, that's right. You stick your head
Wake
out.
up with a hangover. You're like, oh.
No, I'm a monk. Oh, I don't get hangovers.
Nice.
There is no a manticore sleeping out there curled around the bottom of the rope like there was when you left. Yeah. And it will give me a perception check.
A natural one.
17.
So what did Jaw get?
Distracted.
I'm just looking.
Can I just say that
I've got to
rolled
open
a
everything
natural-
up. I only got 13.
I rolled a natural 20, which I think I should because it's my manticore that's gone missing.
So I mean, Jaw's the only one of these heads stuck at the tent, and
Or on the bond with my manticore, but anyway.
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to this story explanation. Where did our
So you don't-
powerful manticore go?
you don't hear or see anything unusual. So you just lower yourself down.
Well, I start my kind of morning, not yoga, but the equivalent of like my calisthenics routine
you
that I do.
Yeah, done in the nude as per, the prophecy suggested.
Before you
Yeah.
rearing up out of the sand,
A render.
3 hideous-looking creatures that look just like that.
Oh god.
Oh,
Roll
my
for
goodness.
initiative, everyone.
7.
We just go back into the tent.
We can. That's what it's for.
All right, I got a 19.
19, good enough for you?
I got a 13.
19,
I got an 11.
13.
I wasn't really expecting.
Greatness.
Whatever
I
that
got a
is.
16.
I'm worried
Stay.
about the loss of my manticore. I rolled a 7.
A 7.
Oh.
Okay. Let me just
Can
sort
we get
these.
an F in the chat for the manticore, please? If people could just put an F in the chat, that'd be great.
What's the F for?
It's a sign of showing respect. It's one of those
Oh.
millennial things, Murray.
Thank
Don't
you,
worry.
Wolfman. What does F stand for? What does
no,
F mean?
So there was a game in called Modern Warfare where you actually would press F. You're at a funeral and there was a body in front of you in a casket, and you could press F to show respect. So
I
now it's a thing
failed.
that everybody presses F to show respect.
I refuse to believe that Timotheus is dead. But anyway.
So all
The
that
chat
you
does.
hear, Corin, is the sound of Jaw. What sound do you make, Jaw, when you
Oh,
see
I'm not a
these?
boomer. I just
When you
confused
see
with a
these
boomer.
3
I'm
hideous
generation
creatures.
X. I'm not that old. Golly,
I
Jesus.
like this. We've changed. Ben's like, guys, there's 3 bloody huge things attacking you. And Murray's like, I'm not a boomer. Hey, Murray, can you roll against boomerism? It's a DC 10.
No, Northman's just apologised. Thank you, Northman.
He's definitely not a boomer, that's for sure. Well and truly, steadfastly Gen X. What sound do you make, Jaw?
Oh yes, yes. No, everybody up. Everybody up. There's a problem.
So, Derek, you hurl yourself effectively and quickly out of the tent.
Right. Parkour!
Parkour! That's right. Yeah, you see these three things rearing up, it's sort of surrounding the group.
My goodness, they look awful.
If they were a DC, what would they be, Ben?
You're about to find out.
Gosh, what can I do? I can't do anything.
Before my coffee.
I rush up to it and attack it with my rapier, I think.
Excellent, go for it.
Gosh.
I can't get a sneak attack in it. Can I? It's just a straight.
They're well and truly aware of everything that's going down. They've been, in fact, waiting.
Okay. I don't believe that is a hit. I get a.
You'd be surprised.
They've been tracking this elephant all yesterday.
12 is a miss, unfortunately. So yeah, you've landed at the bottom. You're like, whoa, and you sort of start to try and gather your thoughts, but there's just so much sand being kicked and roars. You're disoriented at the best and confused at the worst.
Yes, I shout to my companions as well.
Menu, you stick your head out. You stick your head out of the bottom of this tent. What do you do, Nathan?
Put my head back up into the tent and prepare myself. And then I jump down, and I'm taking what I would like to say is I'm joining my companions, and I go parkour, jump down, land on the ground in a hero pose.
Okay, excellent.
Oh, and
with your knee on the ground, knee first.
Yeah.
Is that
of course,
knee first?
Of course. Yeah.
Excellent. You take another 2 hit points damage as you almost shatter your knee.
I've been there before. You know what? Worth it. All right.
You got that cool Iron Man pose going on.
Yeah. And I hold it for a while because it really hurts, but I look cool while doing it. Then I will go to I will go into my head and I will cast. What kind of positioning are they? Are they like nice and close, or are they?
They're not together in a little group. 2 of them are together and one's apart. The one that Derek ran out is apart from the others, let's say.
Okay, cool.
Just because I'm nice.
Oh, you're very nice. All right, cool. I will. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do flaming sword. Going to make my sword a flaming blade, and then I'm going to run in there and hit him.
Excellent. I love it. So you cast that. Is that something it takes a while? It takes an action to cast, is it?
So flaming blade. It just is self, and it's a bonus action, so I can then walk up and hit him.
Oh, go for it. Ah.
Fantastic. I will hit them with my flaming sword.
Hit them with this sword. No advantage that I can think of.
Well, at least I looked cool. That's what I'm going to walk away from that round with.
It's a very important skill.
Look, you know what? Let's just say narratively I missed. Okay, it wasn't the dice. I just narratively decided to miss. Okay.
Narrative.
We just land.
I just want to say I'm so focused on the story. That's the important thing.
Absolutely.
So I just want everyone to know that that's how. Yeah. All right. So anyway, Ben, you just go on to whoever's next.
Vagrant.
Oh. All right. So I'm gonna descend from the tent.
Like a superhero?
No, just normally. Like an old man. And I'm gonna cast blindness.
Oh.
And I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level so that I can target 2 of them.
Nice.
So whichever 2 are nearest to me need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Excellent.
DC 14.
One in that one.
And if they fail, they are blinded. Don't know what their con is.
Team.
It's Johnny. It's
One
Difficon.
If you look closely at them, they don't seem to have much in the terms of eyes. And since they've come bursting from the
No, their eyes are like just here.
Yeah, they do
we
have.
can see them.
It's just not a major feature of the way they operate. It occurs
Alright.
to you half blind. Excellent. John,
Did I blind either of them?
you did blind one of them.
Alright.
And going to
Okay.
A pen bleu onto its name.
Well, luckily, I need no weapons, so I'm gonna launch myself at the closest one, and with a stunning strike up towards a delicate part of its genitalia, I'm going to see if I can stun it, and then send out a flurry of blows with a follow-up strike.
So this is the one that was just blinded, so I'm going to give you advantage on
Oh,
all
okay.
of your attacks.
Oh crap! I had it all sorted out. Now I have to re-roll things. Okay, so does a 12 hit? Sorry, not 12. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So my stunning blow hit. So it needs to make a Constitution check. I don't know what the DC is on it.
Okay. It gets a 13.
So how would I know what my Constitution, what my DC would be?
Someone knew this last week, didn't they?
Oh, I think is it 8 plus your
Half your level.
It's 10
half
plus.
level plus
Yeah.
10 plus half level plus. It's around 13 to 15 for most of us.
Yeah,
So it's 10 plus half level, rounded up or down now? Because
Hang on. 10
Round
plus
it
half
down.
level. 10 plus half level plus your
Proficiency.
whatever your initiative or whatever it is.
Proficiency bonus?
wait, what?
No. Plus,
Whatever your bonus is. Proficiency.
Anyone in the
Sorry,
chat know?
Proficiency plus half your level plus 10. Is what it
My
was.
proficiency bonus is 3,
Yeah.
plus 10 is 13.
Good.
So it's
Plus half your level.
It only
Plus
got
half-
13, so it failed.
plus
So
half
it's
my level,
stunned
would it be at
and
least
blind.
16?
16.
Yes,
It's-
so it's stunned and blind.
nice.
Okay, and then I hit it again, and
Is there damage on that blow as well? You don't own.
Yeah, I'll do my damage in a second.
Yeah, you don't.
Um,
Just wait for it, Ben. Just wait for it.
Sorry.
Patience.
So
yeah,
impatient.
So 9, 10, 11. So I did 24 points of damage all up.
Nice.
Oh, wow. So this thing is flailing sand. It tries to spin towards you as you run, almost uncannily, as if it can sense the very footsteps that you make on the hard ground. But then you career into it and, knock the wind well and truly out of it. There's also cracking noises as some of its sort of lobster type shell shatters. Fantastically. Myarstan. That's
All
right.
right.
The monsters are lasty.
Right, I am going to leap down with the name of Timotheus on my lips and revenge in my arm. I'm going to attack this one that the two close to each other. Are they one of those is the blinded one?
No, it's the one that's by itself, facing Corin and Jaw. That's blinded.
I will attack the blinded one first.
Excellent.
So I have advantage. Is that correct?
You do.
Right.
Yes.
So the first attack is a 20.
That's a hit.
I therefore cast at second level my divine smite. So
Excellent.
I do 4d8 plus 7.
Does it need to be evil or anything?
No, when you hit with a melee attack.
Good.
10, 15, 22 damage on the first hit.
Describe its demise.
I think after the moves of the other two, I basically land and then slice it across its carapace, and basically just it's like one of those high-rise buildings that collapses in on itself as I cut
Nice.
through
Oh.
the entire exoskeleton.
Oh.
The top half falls inside the bottom half, and it looks a lot shorter. And then I move towards the second one.
Excellent. So it is 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom modifier. Wow, that's okay. Very different. Cool.
I think I was doing 8 proficiency plus. Okay.
You move
That's the goal.
towards the other one. Awesome.
Yep.
Good. The two rear up, surprised and horrified by what you've done to their friend. It's some deeply sort of instinctual level, not being able to articulate it. since they don't have tongue nor teeth.
Or eyes that work.
They do have acid-filled pouches within their throats, which spray out towards 1, 2, 3, 4. One towards John. John, if you could make a DC 13 Dex save. Jaw the monk. John.
I got 14.
You got 14, so you save, which means you don't take any damage.
Oh yeah, under the new thing.
You twist out of the way lithely. And the other one towards Johnny, make a DC 13 Dex save.
Uh-oh.
Is someone less Dexy?
I rolled a natural 20.
That's 20!
Someone less Dexy, he says.
So you only take half damage.
Wow, but even with a natural 20?
Yep.
We not get any kind of narrative effect with that?
You know what? Since this is
You
the
look
damage
good.
I rolled,
This is the bonus of you not having.
So I take
the,
half of 3.
This is the bonus
Well-
of you not having the phylactery. Much more Dexy. You lie on your feet. You're like him. You're like
Yes,
Fred
That's
Astaire.
amazing.
that is
Beautiful.
amazing. You can take.
Yeah.
That's really. Oh, because it's keyed out. That's so cool. Except you can't see me through it, which is really weird.
No, you can
All in
see.
my distance. You take 1 hit point of acid damage. It merely splashes on your shoe as you leap out of the way, like the wind. It looks kind of peculiar. This old guy just going, whew, as if he's been filled with some youthful life energy that has been draining out of the very environment. It's not awkward at all.
dab out of
Derek,
it.
your turn.
Okay.
There are now 2 ankheads together.
Oh, my turn.
Your turn.
Okay.
Corin.
Can I get a sneak attack? Is there any way?
I believe Murray specifically said that he ran up to one of them, so you can
Okay,
certainly
cool.
get a sneak attack on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank your golden shiny compatriot later.
I get an 18.
That's enough to hit.
All right, and I do
Damage.
lots of damage. Ooh, and it's not bad. 12, 14, 18 points of damage.
Wow, yeah, excellent. With a rapier, is that right? Plus 2 rapier.
Yes.
Of not being excitingly lifted in power by the gold I excitedly gave you. Excellent. You stick that right in. It slices in to its orangey flesh,
Nice.
and it screams at a hissing noise that sounds like well, it sounds like all the hisses you can hear. Excellent.
I get ready to jump out of the way. I go, "Puh."
Yeah, Nathan, Menu.
After narratively missing, I step forward. I crack my neck like that. I rub my knee because it's sore. And I run in with my traditional. "Ah!"
Excellent. And do what?
Oh, here's the secret. I narratively. Because I've rolled a 4 twice now. So, with my flaming sword
trip.
of awesomeness,
Trip and stumble. You trip and stumble. You know when you've hurt your foot or whatever, or your hand or your finger,
my
and then
knee.
and then you jar it or bang it on something. You do that, and a flash of pain fills your leg, and you're like, oh, for a moment you're an elephant with a thorn in its toe, wishing there was a fable-like mouse to come and retrieve it from you and
And
show
if
you
you-
kindness.
And
There'll
if the
be a
joke would
lion.
actually- yeah.
The lion.
jacket
That's right.
does,
Well,
yeah.
this is an elephant. Shut up.
If the chat can help me out with that one, so I need another excuse. So chat, can you just give me another excuse when I roll for next round? That'd be great.
Next time. That's right.
All right,
We need to be
so just-
prepared,
I
so I
want-
don't
I
have to
need- I want-
improvise.
Big brains, right? Take into account all my Oscar-winning acting appearance. So take that into account. I just want some excuses for the next time I roll for, which will be next round.
Fagan,
Right.
what do you do?
Pardon?
What do you do, Fagrin? It's your
Oh,
turn.
right. It's my turn.
All the work, apparently.
Followed by Jaw.
So there's 2 of them left.
There are. They're standing in close proximity with each other.
Are
To each
they
other.
standing within 5 feet of each other?
Would you like them to be?
Yes.
Yes. They close in on the paladin, ready to make
Wow.
quick work of him.
I cast Flaming Sphere.
Excellent.
I
Would
reckon I'll
would
cast it at
flaming
third
sphere
level as well.
damage the phylactery, Johnny?
It will damage any creature within the 5-foot diameter of the sphere.
Shouldn't damage
I
me.
love how
But
close
I
we are.
think that if the creature isn't taking damage, then none of the creature's items would take damage.
Okay, cool.
And I'm assuming that the Dragonborn can cope with a flaming sphere.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool. I mean, the Dragonborn, yeah. The items Dragonborn.
What level do you cast
carrying.
it, Johnny? Can you cast it at higher levels? Or
Yeah,
is
I'm
it
going to
just
cast
level?
it at 3rd level.
Are there any higher levels than that?
Yes.
I'm going to cast it at 18th level.
You can cast
Yeah.
it at 4th level.
I
Roll
can cast it at
evens.
4th level.
Roll evens on a die, and it'll go off at maximum level.
Oh, right.
You can cast it at 10th level.
So you don't even need the phylactery to
I
be
rolled an odd.
close to it.
You rolled an odd. Okay, you managed to hold on to the
Just
bill.
lie. I
You
wanna
don't
see it
take-
go up.
This is not a good thing for his character when it happens. We don't want him stepping
No,
close
I
to the
don't care
darkness,
for him.
embracing the power
It's a-
of death. That's right.
Yep.
Do my little creatures get dex save or something? What happens?
All right,
what
so
happens to
any
his little
creature within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dex saving throw.
DC. They fail.
DC 14.
More than 11. They both fail.
They take 2d6 fire damage.
Roll it away.
No, 3d6 because of
Yes.
3rd level.
Excellent.
Oh, I rolled well.
You gotta love it when the DM
12.
goes,
12.
They both
Okay,
take
yeah.
12
So
fire
they
damage.
they're wreathed in fire as it burns up and crackles. It's as if the sand that coats their oyster-like oyster, whatever it was, whatever they were before, it's orange lobster type shells, turns to glass and trickles and forms hard little balls of painful irritants in their joints, and there's little shatters and crinks as they roar and hiss in anger at you. Bringing up jaw.
Does it smell really good?
Yeah. What does it smell like?
Like cooking lobster.
Tasty.
Lobster.
Anything would smell good at the moment after trudging through this desolate wasteland.
Oh, wow,
Sure, it doesn't
cool.
smell good.
Oh, hang on. Before Jaw's turn,
Yes.
3 skeletons
Yes.
Yeah.
come flying into
Yeah.
the fray.
Don't think
Excellent.
Swords,
Yay.
swords
Da,
swinging.
da, 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 da.
I thought I'd give them one extra round before
That
they
sounds
join
fair
me.
enough. Yes.
This-
And Skellen has to put on his pants in the morning.
they got to get dressed.
Wakes up with a massive bones. I love it.
Oh, cool. All right, so Doug is gonna swing his short sword.
Excellent.
14.
That's a hit. That's what you need to hit an ank head.
Nice. So that is 1d6 plus 2, which is 5.
Okay.
Then Pete.
The
does
same
not
one.
roll
The same.
well.
The one that's more injured.
Yeah, they're all together fighting as a
Excellent,
pack.
yeah.
But he got a 9, which is not enough to hit. And Skinny Pete
Ah,
got a 13,
not enough to hit.
which is also not enough.
Jenny Pete.
But, Pete and Skinny Pete are, maybe they're a step behind Doug.
If I were you, I'd be arguing that your skeletons have pack tactics like hobgoblins. But yes, we should get into that later. Excellent. Jaw, what do you do?
All right. Yeah. So if the weak parts on some of the chitinous parts of its body are sort of fusing together, I'm going to look for those weak points to see if I can do those shattering blows and do another stunning blow against that.
Awesome.
So I'm going to move into a flurry of blows so fast that the human eye can't see. But obviously we've got an elf and a dragonborn, so whatever.
They're totally cool.
Yeah. Just a quick question. Are you going for the massive glowing abdomen that keeps flashing bright red? Is that what you're aiming for, John?
The one that's seething with the young
Yeah, so it
that
looks
it
like
carries inside there. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, blatantly, it's behind it and it's glowing red as if it's to highlight that that's the area of weakness on it.
Oh,
babies are.
jeez. Hang on, let me just make an intelligence check.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, I'm going for the fused joints of the chitinous part of its body. Because that part, red, danger.
That's very true.
For my stunning blow, I only got a 11, so I don't think that's a hit.
That's a miss.
But my other 2 blows, I got a 24 and I got a 16.
Hit.
Okay. So
for the first one, you can probably dispatch the first one because it only has 4 hit points left. So tell me what happens to it.
So I mean, it hits the delicate parts as if it were a lobster that has just come out onto the plate in front of a starving guest. It just devoured and it explodes into delicious morsels of soft, tasty bits of meat that fall onto my lips. And a little bit just goes in, and it's delicious.
That does sound good.
On the half shell,
And then you can land the other blow on the other one if you like.
Okay, so it does 8 points of damage on the other one. No, sorry, 9 points of damage on the other one.
Nice, excellent, good. You smack it good and hard, and it struggles back in the sand, put off by your vicious and cruel, one might say, attacks. Bringing up Myastan,
who steps in front of the last of these creatures, calling out Timotheus, which could be both a cry of "Where are you, Timotheus?" and also an appeal to revenge. And he lets fly with his tool for good, and he gets a 29 and a 15 in his 2 attacks.
How does that feel?
18 hit points. Yeah, 18 hit points.
Right.
How's
So
it feel to roll over like 9? I want to know.
I know, good. And for the first one, he rolls 9 hit points of damage. And in the second one, he rolls 9 hit points of damage. 18. Well, as I think I'm going to try and be a gourmand and basically copy exactly what Jaw did with his fists, but I'm going to slice it down the middle so that the fried lobster-like flesh turns into a what did you call them? An ented? What are the creatures' names? Not
Ankhead.
Ankhead.
An ankhead is the lobster on the half shell, all the way, split right down the middle. Flambéed.
Oh, nice.
And then meat's back on the menu, boys.
Out again for Timotheus.
You shout out for Timotheus.
Mm.
And
Perception checks, everyone.
And then I attack.
Would Nathan have hit? Ready? No. And on that stunning,
I rolled a 3.
and that stunning moment, we'll take a quick break after everyone gives me a perception check.
18 from my stand.
5.
Not good.
20.
Excellent.
Karen, I got like heaps. What is my? Oh my god! So yeah, I got 28.
Excellent.
4.
Spinning round on your heel menu, responding like a little hurt puppy, is the distinctive sound of a whimpering manticore crying out for his master. And Myastan, who also heard it, runs off into the sand, kicking sand high to find the manticore huddled and shivering with a severe but clearly not fatal wound once the paladin lays hands, no doubt, on his
hug it with my laying hands, and it turns into a sparkly blue golden manticore.
Excellent.
It evolves.
I lay hug on it.
I lay hug.
And yes, embracing and nuzzling Myastan and Timotheus the Manticore comfort each other and vow never to part again, be it in the safest location.
I promise to sleep by his side and not in that hut.
Excellent.
You, me, and the phylactery, Timotheus. You, me, and the phylactery.
All right, so we'll be back shortly.
Let's take a super short break. Excellent.
So everybody go get a drink. Go, have a bit of a break. Stand up, stretch out. We'll be about 5 minutes.
Yeah, awesome. We'll be back in the flash.
Bye.